segment of our video, I'd like to just briefly go over some different lettuce varieties and some dark leafy green vegetables that are good for you and fun to use in your stir fries. So first I'll start with the lettuce varieties. I've picked up a few different ones that I found this morning at the farmer's market. One of my ultimate favorites is the baby romaine lettuce. Sometimes the outer parts of the romaine are undesirable. Shedding off the outer leaves and using the core part of it is usually the best thing to do. With the baby romaine, I prefer it because it's very crisp, it's very mild in flavor, and they're actually quite nice to use for lettuce cups, filling with tuna or egg salad, any kind of sandwich material, but using lettuce instead of bread. So we have the baby romaine here, and we also have the full-grown romaine here as well. So two different types of romaine lettuce, and our third romaine, which is the red leaf romaine. So as you can see, they generally all have the same shape in leaves. Again, this one just being a different color, and this one being a younger and a different variety of romaine. Besides our romaine, we have the more typical sandwich style lettuce. We have the green leafy lettuce and the red leaf lettuce. So a little bit more of a frilly ends, better for making sandwiches, and basically showing you all these different varieties to encourage you to use a little bit of each when making your own salad mix. We have the butter lettuce here. Butter lettuce is something I also enjoy very much because of the texture of the lettuce, creamy and soft, mild in flavor, and then what we're all used to, the typical iceberg lettuce. Always better to choose lettuce that is grown fresh, local, organic, pesticide-free if at all possible. This is not a lettuce variety, but this is also something very fun to put into your salad mix. A little bit of radicchio, it adds nice color, a little bit more of a hearty flavor and texture. This is best to be used shaved down quite small. Besides the lettuce varieties that I have here today, I also have some green leafy vegetables that are fun to use. Collard greens. They're sold by Hoikeikemediaart farms, and you can find them already cleaned and bundled like so. Usually you cut off the undesirable ends, which are hardier, using the softer parts of the leaf itself. This can be actually used in like a mock luau stew. If you're not able to find luau leaf, you can use the collard greens just the same. Also cooking it down in numerous different types of soups or adding it into stir fries. Great, good for you. Here we have a few different Swiss chard varieties, and basically they're bundled together just for the color. So you've got a little bit of yellow, some red, and some white as well. You can use everything from the root up. So here we have the ends of the Swiss chard, cutting that off and just coarsely chopping it towards the leaf using the entire top of the plant is what you really want to do. Picked up a couple different kinds of kale this morning. We have two different kinds of kale here, both about the same in flavor. Again, when you're using kale, you definitely want to remove it from the stem usually, as the stem is a little bit hardier and sometimes stringy as you get to the bottom of it. So leaving the stem at the top portion of the leaf is just fine, but I generally like to remove it from the bone itself. So I'm just going to go over a quick little demonstration of how I clean the kale. So everything's been washed and cleaned and dried well, and I'm going to go ahead and start with this kale here. So what I'll do is I'll actually just strip it right down next to the bone on both sides, and just like almost like a tea leaf, you just want to remove the leaf from the bone itself. And most people don't use the stem for anything whatsoever, so you can compost it or give it to your animals for scraps. Here we have the other type of kale. This kale has, again, a softer stem or a bone at the top and a little bit harder at the bottom. So it'd be fine to just coarsely chop it at the very top, and then again removing it from the bone at the bottom. And that's it. Thank you so much.
Our spaceship to travel our vast universe to teach us.
And now I'm going to show you how to prepare and store lettuce, giving it the maximum amount of storage time possible. So So we're going to take a head of lettuce that's unwashed and hasn't been cleaned up. So you can notice some parts of the outer pieces of lettuce sometimes can be damaged by wind, weather factors, and also some pests that are in your garden. So you can go ahead and just strip the outer layers of the lettuce that you don't want. I take the lettuce head, I chop off the end, and I cut it down like so to the desirable sizes of lettuce that you'd like. So we have all these little dirty pieces of lettuce. I go ahead and place it in a colander, wash it really well, tossing it around, and then I place it on a dish towel to air dry for a few minutes. Leaving the lettuce out, as you prepare different varieties of lettuce can be mixed together to make yourself a nice little salad mix. Taking that lettuce afterward, I take a Ziploc bag, or you can use a reusable container as well, and take a piece of this paper towel, place it inside of the Ziploc, gather up whatever lettuce has gotten rid of all the excess water, placing it in your paper towel. And the paper towel just helps to keep that moisture off of the lettuce, sucking out whatever else moisture is on there, and giving it less chances of actually rotting in your refrigerator. The more moisture you have on your lettuce and your greens when storing is more of a risk of it actually spoiling. After it's in there, take all the air out of it and place it in your refrigerator as so. Thank you so much.
Our spaceship to travel our vast universe, to teach us